Mahler's music is highly strung, extremely loud or soft, full of strong emotions, fantastic contrasts. It is as he lived, in a state of continuous excitement. It is highly unusual for anyone to compose music which transmits this level of agitation. The average genius, allow me to say average genius, even if he is nervous, wild, overexcited in real life, like Beethoven, for example, finds a way to control language and form. Indeed, Mahler's work is masterful and perfect on the one hand. There are no mistakes where harmony, counterpoint, or any other compositional skill are concerned. And this high degree of perfection clearly shows us a genius at work. On the other hand, however, no attempt is made here to tame the occasional shapeless flow of weird and unpredictable ideas. Mahler composed following his inspiration, as if the music were dictated to him. He turned his state of excitement and his arsenal of memories into music. Translating this intensity and this vast collection of fragmented impressions into a musical language so that it can be shared with others is the essence of Mahler's art. I use the word translate following Spinoza's thoughts in his Tractatus Theologico-Politicus, where he mentions that the Hebrew word navi means both translator and prophet. Was Mahler a prophet? He was certainly a seer who could sense future events. Mahler died in 1911 in the then still peaceful Habsburg Empire. He would never get to read Spengler's Untergang des Abendlandes, which was published 7 years later. He didn't live to see the horrors of the 2 world wars. He didn't live to experience the Holocaust. Yet, one cannot escape the feeling that in his music we hear a foreboding, a vision of these terrible future events. The funeral marches in the 2nd, 5th, and 6th symphonies, the frequent appearance of military fanfares, the young soldier who is mesmerized by the gallows, the heartbreakingly hopeless march in Das Lied von der Erde, these seem like musical descriptions of later tragedies. We hear soldiers marching in heavy boots, and we hear the pain of the hunted, tortured victims. Mahler's music is an uninhibited outpouring of his own psyche, but Mahler was no over-sentimental adolescent who wanted to share his misery with the world. He could see terrible things coming. Living in Karl Lueger's Vienna, with his fine perceptive instinct, he must have felt the roots of tensions that led to the assassination in Sarajevo and to the emergence of Hitler. As Leonard Bernstein observed in his essay about Mahler, and I quote from Bernstein, "The music is almost cruel in its revelations. It is like a camera that has caught Western society in the moment of its incipient decay. Only after we have experienced all this through the smoking ovens of Auschwitz, the frenetically bombed jungles of Vietnam, and here follows Bernstein's long list of tragic and inhuman events of the 20th century. Only after all this, he continues, can we finally listen to Mahler's music and understand that it foretold all. There is nothing mystical about this. There were others who sensed the end of the world, die letzten Tage der Menschheit, as Karl Kraus expressed it a few years later. But the greatest prophet in fin de siècle Vienna, who composed the funeral music for the 20th century, more convincingly than anybody else, was Gustav Mahler.